Welcome to CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL Show. It is a massive round 6 of the AFL here. We're going to break down all of the games heading into the Anzac Day clashes next week. It should be absolutely unreal. As always, we've got the stats guy. And Alex, what are you guys looking at?
The Swans to bounce back in Geelong.
Ooh, I'm thinking North to bounce back. I think we're going to get a win.
After an 80-point loss, I like it.
Big bounce back.
The biggest thing is I'm just sad about we don't have any Thursday footy. What's going on?
I know.
Travis Auld, please lift.
Anyway, it's going to be awesome. We've got best bets, player props, and game picks for every game in the AFL. This week, it's all at CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL. Check it out. Footy! Welcome to CODE Bet Daily Weekly AFL. Daily. Time for round 6 of the AFL. How good is this? It is absolutely flying after gather round. Gee, can you believe it's 6 weeks already? It's ridiculous.
I can't. It's been
a lot of content.
It's been awesome, yeah. A lot of content, yeah.
Very tired. And I'm your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor.
Sleep deprived.
Sleep deprived CODE Bet editor. Obviously, the editor of a very good website called CODE Bet. That's what it says on this here program, CODE Bet Daily.
Absolutely.
Because that's what we do here. It's codes, it's betting, it's daily. But this is the AFL version. Joined, as always, by the pontiffs of punting. We've got Alex Donnelly over there.
Yeah, change up in seats again. But I'll tell you what, I'm liking Gerald's change up with the handless microphones here. We're slightly more
good.
professional.
Bit more
no rustling and just backhand stats guy at some point.
Whoa.
I'm just confused about the handless microphone.
Yeah, I know.
Microphones don't have hands, Alex.
I'm that tired as well. I'm sleep deprived.
Everyone's tired in
It's just...
And we've got a hobble guy, the stats guy. He's got one leg. He's got a bung wheel.
I do. But I'm back. I didn't get shot as you guys said. I'm not tired.
Retire.
I'm not in the groove with you guys. I'm not tired, but yeah, good to go.
Jeez, to have the up and about of youth, I'll tell you that
it'll be
much.
25 again, hey?
Anyway, Code Footy's back daily, weekly. We are just going to look at every single game in round 6, but only the last two very briefly because they are on Monday and Tuesday next week
games, yeah.
with the Anzac Day Eve and the Anzac Day game, which will be absolutely chaos. So what we're going to do, we'll go through every single game prior to those two. We'll give you our tips and picks for those games, or we'll break them down in depth on the Daily Show next Monday.
It's a bit hard to ask us to fully break down a game when they haven't even announced teams.
That's true. It's a long way away.
Sunday.
It's a really long way away, so it gets a bit tough. We're going to look at player props, game picks, best bets for every single game. We're going to look at over-unders, the lines, all the good stuff right there.
And talk about Hawthorn.
Yeah, and North.
Yes.
So to recap last week's gather round results, we all did very well.
They actually did pretty well.
Good team.
These two jokers went 7 for, I went for a 6. Oh.
Tell you what, if Gold Coast didn't screw the pooch, it would have been you 7, me 8, but no.
I can't remember which game it was, but there was one where you were a bit off, and I was like,
bloody Essendon smashing Melbourne.
Yeah. Not great.
No, and you chipped Carlton.
I still got the most hits.
That was a week ago.
Anyway, Friday, let's go. Friday night footy. We've got Fremantle Western Bulldogs out west, further west than even Adelaide.
Is it fair for the Western Bulldogs that they have to travel 2 weeks in a row?
Why wouldn't you just go straight there from Adelaide is my question.
Yeah, why did West Coast come home from Adelaide?
That is another very good question.
Why did they come home?
Don't know.
The Dockers are $1.80 favourites against the Bulldogs. Steelers are 4. The line is very close though, 2.5. It's one of those weird sort of like, let's say 20-cent difference. Freo kind of just slight favourites in that regard.
That is weird, yeah.
The over-under is 167.5. I'm going to hit on this in a second because
this is your game.
Go the under.
They both attacks have been
the under. These two teams are ranked, I want to say, 17th.
Yeah.
And I believe 14th in the league.
Yes.
Western Bulldogs is 17th.
Yeah.
And that's not great.
No.
In terms of your overs and unders, you want teams that
kick
score
goals.
points, not teams that suck.
Yeah.
So
the premiership window is the top 6 in both. These teams are definitely not in that window.
Yeah, definitely
They're not even in the house.
Freo were last year, and this year, I don't know what's going on.
So I think a lot of the crazy thing about this is like the Dockers are 9-5 at home. The Dogs, I believe, are 6-9. Nice. Away from home. But
it is
3 and 6.
It is the 20th of the 4th today too. For those American people.
Elon Musk wheel over there. Oh, man. It's 20th of the 4th, bro. That's funny. Why is it funny, Elon?
Oh, no reason. Yeah.
Oh, bongs. Great job, idiot. Anyway, 3 and 6 is where they are, though. The Dogs, all-time out west at Optus Stadium. Doesn't fill you with a giant amount of confidence. 3 and 6 all time, considering how like weird and
also
wonky.
Considering COVID as well.
Exactly, but how wonky like Freo and West Coast have been in that time. when the Dogs have been like consistently sort of around, if not excellent, then half decent.
Yeah, they've made the finals.
So it's a bit of a worrisome. So the under is 167.5, going the under very, very, very clearly. But the Dogs being 17th in points per game is an absolute disaster so far this season.
It's hilarious, and I told you the 4 tall setup wouldn't work at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Proven right. They swung Josh Bruce back, and now his ribs and sternum are all crushed, so he's not playing.
He got swung
It
back.
didn't help last week, though, when they were playing in a monsoon.
Right.
They only got 60 points in a monsoon. Yeah.
The unders punters were happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We hit on this, though. Fremantle Dogs, one of the big tools for the Dogs. Rory Lobb.
The lobster.
It's the Lob Bowl.
The lob
I
bowl.
love a good Lob Bowl.
So no,
I love Sheriff Lobo.
Lobo. Lob, 2+ goals is one of my favourite picks this week, I think. He is a mercurial player, shall we say?
Oh,
That's
one
a
way
good
to
way
put
of
it.
putting it.
Yeah, it's one way to put it. Is it? Yeah.
2+ goals, $2.55 with Ladbrokes and Bet 365. I do like that just because I think for a dude of his mercurial nature against his old team, he'll be up and about.
Yep.
Jack McRae, 30+ disposals as well. $2.38 with Bet A.
Really?
He absolutely crushes. He had a quiet 24 last week in the week.
That's what
It's in the wet. It's always going to be tough, right?
Yeah.
But I think he's gone for over 25 and 17 in the last 18 away from Victoria.
Wow.
He is an interstate specialist. On the Freo side, it's going to be Michael Walters, 2+ goals. I think, what is that, 7 straight for him?
Yeah, he kicked 4 on the weekend.
He's been really good.
He kept Fremantle in the game when Gold Coast were just running all over them in the first half.
It's 7 in the last 8, I believe. He's gone for 2+. That is $1.80 with Bet 365. And Caleb Sarong.
Oh, I talked about this.
He's been amazing.
He is amazing. 30+ disposals, $1.73, averaging 32 touches a game, over 35 in their wins. They're 2 and 3. He's crushing
He's doing everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Freo, they're going to heave-ho, I think, in this one. 1 to 39. 1 to 39 is the pick for me. It comes in, I believe, at $2.44 a bet as of when I wrote that article yesterday. There is a bit of a multi that I chucked in. It's the Lob. It's the Bond. Look, it's a fun game for the simple fact that...
Has Bond done anything this year?
He's been very good.
He had like 1 million contested possessions last week.
Yeah. Last couple of weeks he's been very good.
I was about to say, should have had 1 million contested possessions.
Yeah.
But he only had 23 actual overall touches, but I think like 12 or something like were contested.
He's been good this year.
Caleb Daniel crushes it, I think, out west as well. He's gone for 22+.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's like nice little bits of a multi that you can go check out on codebet.com.au. This one has Rory Lobb, 2+ goals, Bont, 25+. Brayshaw as an anytime goal scorer. I went away from the disposals
because he's dropped off.
Loves booting a goal against the Dogs.
Okay.
And I'm not convinced about the disposal tallies for him this year because he's been just a little bit under.
He's dropped off,
Caleb Daniel, the 20+. And Treloar, absolutely flying at the moment. Incredible game last week with 35, 25+ for him. That'll come in at $22.41.
My worry is Rory Lobb.
The 2+ goals?
Yeah.
I just think he's going to be absolutely everywhere in that forward line. And
Dogs don't have a great
But he's not the kind of guy that you can just see get, I'm pumped.
Yeah,
it's
he's
just
a soft, big guy,
It's Rory Lobb. Right.
I believe in you, Rory. It's fine. You'll be fine. Anyway, what are the picks? Who have you got? I've got Freo.
I'm going the Dogs. I don't trust Freo at all. We, North, beat them at home, so I can't trust them at their home ground at all. So I'm going Dogs.
I trust the Western Bulldogs even less, so I'm tipping Freo.
Nice one. All right, Saturday, who's got Port West Coast?
I've got that one. So Port Adelaide are $1.07.
Why did West Coast go home?
Why did they rock up to this game?
They're complaining about travelling. You could have stayed there.
You could just go down to Exmouth and watch like the Eclipse. Just go hang out.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, you're going to get flogged anyway. Like, why not just go, make a week out of it, eh, bro? Anyway,
Port Adelaide are $1.07 and the Coasters, West Coast, are $9. I think they've gone up to $10 since I wrote this.
I like how he's changed their name from the Eagles to the Coasters.
I don't mind the Coasters. The line is minus 47.5 and plus 47.5 for West Coast, which is huge. But the Eagles have a ridiculous amount of injuries. We heard this morning that Will Schofield, who retired 2 years ago, is called up to their VFL team. That's how it's
because they have 4 dudes on their list in the VFL
it's
team.
Ridiculous. I saw this thing just before we started this. West Coast are 1-4. They have 1,300 games of experience out. So this week, so Yo, Natanui, McGovern.
I'm no match magician, but that's a lot.
Yeah, it's the most in the league. Swans are too far
second with 1,153.
That's a ridiculous amount. So you got Yo, Natanui, McGovern, Shuey, Sheed, and Liam Ryan all out, which is some of their best players. Port have won.
Is Natanui dead? Like, we haven't heard anything about that dude.
I think he's still out for still a while.
Him and Ben Simmons just hanging out.
Yeah,
he's sort of like the 18.
He'll probably end up at St Kilda or Carlton next year.
Nah, he likes it there. He
Don't know
likes
if
it.
Carlton needs it. But.
Yeah, Port have won this
Who,
matchup.
Ben Simmons or Nick Nat? Nick Nat.
You know what? Overinflated contract.
Ben Simmons or Nick Nat?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just curious.
Poor Nick
I
Nat's
feel
had a
like you guys
horrible
are trying to
run,
like not talk about this game because Port are going to smash them.
Yeah.
All right, Port have
Just
won.
tell us some bets and let's get
I'm
out of here.
trying,
Come on,
yeah,
jeez.
Connor Rose is going to tear up this game. Tim Kelly is the only midfielder for the Eagles that's actually been doing anything. So Connor Rose, 25 plus, $1.87. Turned into one of their best players, averaging 23. He had 31 last time against the Eagles when they had a lot of injuries this time last year as well. And then the water boy, Jake Waterman, for the Eagles, he's turned into their Mr. Fix-It. He was in the ruck last week. He was full forward. He was half back. But he's played mainly forward. He's averaging 2 goals this year, so I don't mind 2 plus at $2.75.
Yeah, nice.
And then probably the final pick, Port Adelaide, that line. I know it's a massive 47.5, but the Eagles are playing half their VFL team this week.
Todd
so
Marshall banging goals.
But this is the biggest problem for this game, right? It's like West Coast actually put up a bit of a fight against the Cats.
Yeah.
Second half last week. And
Geelong genuinely played 10 minutes of football.
They did. They just barely cared. It's very obvious. But the Eagles have that in them, I think, just to sort of, if you go to sleep for a second, we were kind of just screw around.
Well,
and
if they didn't have all the injuries, you'd be giving them half a chance.
If
the problem. It showed against Fremantle.
Yeah, Porto is solid side at home. I looked it up before. They've won 3 of the last 4 in this matchup by over 50 points. So, So that 47.5, I don't mind. Yeah.
That's the only worry I have with
I
the
ain't
line.
taking the line in this. No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The tip for me is Port.
Yeah, Port. Yeah.
Nice one. Giants, Brisbane.
Yeah, this is going to be great in the nation's capital. The Giants, $3.50. Brisbane, $1.32. 20.5 the line. The over-under is 166.5.
Brisbane could hit that by themselves on last week's form.
Yes, well,
Maybe,
if they kicked straight last week, they would have hit 200. But yeah, GWS have lost their last 12 games against teams in the top 8, which isn't ideal.
How do you make the top 8? Not by losing
to them,
the top 8.
So this is the one that got me, is that GWS play a couple of games in Canberra every year. They've lost their last 8.
The Fortress.
Canberra's just like, no, we're good. just. I know that we're west of Sydney, but we're not that west. Like we're southwest.
Well, they could play some worse teams over there.
But the thing is, but they won like 3 or 4 before. They've won 8. They've lost 8 of their last 12 across the last 5 seasons.
Can we move north
bad.
Melbourne to Canberra?
Well,
like it's north of Melbourne.
We actually
North
almost
Melbourne.
moved there. Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, you used to play home games at Sydney. Remember that?
Yeah.
Anyway,
don't want to talk about it.
The Giants, if it wasn't for Magaply United, East Lake's greatest export, Harry Himmelberg,
What?
It's a lot of words.
I didn't know you were talking.
Magaply United, East Lake. Oh, I forgot to mention the Goannas.
Well, do you put your hand in and say that before I record? That's a long tongue twister.
No, can't apply.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, just let everybody in. 25 minutes later, it's like,
The guy with the concussion.
game's over, fellas.
I forgot what it was.
Yeah, go Mango pretty much.
I'm so
Harry
confused.
Himmelberg won them the game with the hanger and the touch over the line there last week. And honestly, it was Hawthorn. How can you tip this team to get past Brisbane? Who are like, oh yeah, we're playing out wide. No one's going to watch, but we're going to win awesomely. And they did. Stats Guy and Leo are probably the only 2 dudes that watched it.
There was a lot of people there.
They're terrible in Victoria, as we know, Brisbane, but they smashed GWS by 40 points last year in Canberra. So I'm liking the look of that.
luckily Canberra's not in Victoria.
Yeah, right.
Yes, so.
No Tom Green for the Giants, which is massive because he's their contested ball winner.
He was reported.
So Lachie Neale could just get in and under and just have a crap ton of the footy. He averages 27.5 disposals at Manuka Oval. And then you also had in that Cameron, Hipwood and Danaher kicked 13 goals last week. I know it was against North, but it's like something like that. It just builds and builds. Can they back it up this week? This is the game that they back it up in. The only thing is the Giants have been okay defensively, only allowing 100 points once this year. That was against Adelaide, and that form doesn't look too bad now. But having a look at Lachie Neale, 35 plus touches, just in and under, just dominating the game. $3.35, and pretty keen on the lines at the line, which is 20.5. Like, I don't get
quite
why
short.
that line's that.
I agree with that.
If they kicked straight last week, they would have won by 140 points.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
This one sort of screams like Brisbane are the first team to go over like 100 against the Giants.
Yeah.
I
think
like
the over-under for the points,
like 121, like 126.
I think Brisbane's actual over-under themselves was like 93.5, and I've said in the preview,
then they should go over. They should go the over then if they're going to get that. Yeah.
Tips?
Brisbane.
The over-under itself, like really, I'm going to go Brisbane and the over pretty handy.
Yeah, because
I'd look at Brisbane, the line, and the over.
And also GWS's under, which was, I think, 77. I think the over-under there, what they got
I just find it very, very difficult to see GWS kicking a big enough score to beat Brisbane.
Yeah,
They had enough looks last week. They just they couldn't kick
Jesse
straight.
Hogan needs to kick straight because he's been actually pretty good. But if he kicks straight,
Tell him, Stats
Shocking for GD.
he was. Yeah, he was bad.
Geelong, Sydney.
This is me.
back in doubling up.
GHMBA Stadium. The Cats are $1.50. The Swans $2.65. The line is 12.5. The over/under #nice. It's 169.5. The last 5 times these two have played, they've gone over.
Ooh.
Hey, here's a question.
Yeah.
Is this their first home game?
Yeah. First GHMBA
Geelong home game.
Geelong home.
They have had an MCG
first one
home game.
in Geelong this season. Unfurling the flag. They've rebuilt the one of the stands.
Yeah.
So they can actually fit people in there.
I couldn't. I'm a Swans member and couldn't get a ticket. So
Really?
No, that's just because it's you. You're not allowed in Geelong.
I actually am. I've been to 3 games in Geelong. I'm a platinum member and I couldn't
that's
get a
why
ticket.
you're not allowed there anymore.
Yeah. Anyway.
After that
Geelong
third time.
Hotel.
Yeah. So look,
Down at Lambie's.
I was about to say that.
the Cats have got like the number 1 home ground advantage in the AFL. They've won 86.7% of the games. They've won
That's pretty
past
good.
7 at the home ground, 15 of their past 17 against higher teams on the ladder.
Oof.
And I think there was something else in as well. But the Swans' record recently in Geelong is really good. They are 4-1 in their last 5 games. Yes, one of them was during COVID. They smashed West Coast by 100 points. So they're 3-1 in their last 4 against Geelong here. I don't understand. Like, yes, I'm a Swans fan, but I don't understand why the Swans are $2.65 when Geelong have beaten Hawthorn and West Coast.
I agree with that.
The Swans absolutely bent over Richmond in that last quarter last week. 44 points.
What did they do to them then?
And just said, hey, we're better than you. Go lie in the corner.
That's why.
Just smash them. Like 44 points against Richmond. I don't get the price differential. Yes, I know that, the grand final, this and that. This is a completely different Geelong than that grand final. They are a shadow of themselves at the moment. Yes, the Swans have had their injuries, as despite what the Victorian media would tell you. It's all about Richmond's misses last week, but no. The Swans should get back Lance Franklin. He's a possible, but Dane Rampy will come back in. He'll probably play on Tom Hawkins. Jeremy Cameron, he averages about 2.6 goals a game. Only averages 2 against the Swans. Robbie Fox did the job on him in the grand final last year. Everyone else kicked 1,000,000 goals, but Jeremy Cameron didn't. I like a couple of bets here. Jake Lloyd, 25 plus. He's had that in 7 of his last 8 against Geelong. Mitch Duncan, 25 plus. He's come back in after an injury interruption to the start of the season, and he has been back 2 games. Geelong have won 2 games. I don't think that's a coincidence. His link up in the midfield is really important, the way that he uses the ball. He's had 26 or more in his last 3 down in Geelong. Will Hayward anytime. He's kicked 2 or more in his last 4 games in Geelong.
He's underrated, yeah.
And the Lizard, Nick Blakey, running out of the back line, 25 plus. Hopefully he takes the kickouts again. He's $3.10 for 25 plus after 30 last week.
But they don't count according to Kane Corner.
Yeah,
I don't give a crap
even though
what
you're
Kane
going to kick
Corns
the
thinks.
ball.
He wants us to stop, yelling at Jason Horne-Francis, but he wants us to abuse a 19-year-old in Harry Sheasel. So
I mean, I want his head to stop getting bigger and
his eyes
further
getting
away
smaller.
from his eyes.
can we also just point out that him and David King having the fighting on Channel 9 and Fox Footy, where do they work on the radio station?
I don't think that matters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm more enamored by that because it's like spud fight.
Yeah.
It's like two
big heads.
spuds going at each other.
Yeah,
Spud
David
fight.
King's a much better
Everyone's
bloke.
kept receipts on what Kane Corn says, so it's really funny on social media. But anyway, I think the Swans at the line's a good bet as well. 12.5.
Nice.
Nice one. I actually don't mind that plus 12.5.
Yeah, I like the line, yeah.
Because, I'm going to pick Geelong.
Yep.
I think they win. I think they're just rounding sort of I think this is 2 get-right games in a row where they've played like 2 quarters of football, basically, where they're like, check this out. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
He's pretty good. Smash. And away they go. And then...
But it's also against injury-depleted teams and pathetic Hawthorn.
And so now they sort of go home. I think this is going to be a tough one. I do like Sydney at the line, though. I think this is like just a fall over the line win for Geelong.
Yeah.
Stats guy?
I'm the exact same. I like Sydney at the line. I think we were talking about that. They still have a lot of injuries, Sydney. So I think Geelong, pull themselves back in form. So
The thing is, at least their midfielders aren't injured.
Yeah, your main players aren't, but
If
you
it was
still got a
midfield,
lot.
I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
All right.
Geelong.
Tipping the Swans.
Swans? There you go. Sunday, Hawthorn.
My other belter. Hawks $3.75 and Adelaide $1.32. The line is 22.5, which
Seems low.
seems
After
very
what
low for
Adelaide
a
did
team.
last week.
Adelaide has been
Smoke
really
Carlton.
good. Smoke Carlton. Now that was they can easily beat that line. The over/under is 173.5, which is a bit higher than some of your other games, but Crows have been one of the highest scoring teams.
What's the weather like here on Sunday?
I haven't had a look at it, but I'll have to ask Jane Bunn.
Where is this?
It'd be the G.
It's at in Tassie. in Launceston, University of Tasmania.
So you didn't have to do the game. Didn't look where it was.
Yes, there you go. So that's why I'm on this game. Crows have won the last 5 matches. They've been favourites. They've shocked a few people starting the season. Shocked me. A lot of their younger guys have impressed. And
are you a few people?
Yeah.
I include myself in those few people.
Yeah, just a few.
A lot. 3 of us. They've surprised 3 of us.
17 degrees and no rain on Sunday.
That sounds like Tassie.
Yeah, great.
Hawks won this match last time when they met last year. But
2 different teams, I reckon.
Yeah, but they're definitely at different stages of their rebuild. Crows look like they're coming out of a rebuild, whereas Hawks just look like they're sort of keep going down.
Significantly
weaker this
year.
He just sits there every week with his bagged Hawks. But
hey, they gave him something to cheer about last
week. They looked pretty good. They were very unlucky to get a win.
It's over.
Yeah. But I'm looking at the big fog.
Raised my hopes and then dashed them quite expertly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the fog. He had 5 goals, 3 against Carlton last week.
He was good.
He was amazing. Unlucky not to kick a few more. So I'm looking at 3+ at $2.20. I think it's really good value. He's kicked 10 goals in his 3 games this year. And then that 4+ at $4.10, I think, even better value. He's
I love that, actually.
He's kicked 4+ in the last 3 matches when Crows were favourites. So they're pretty heavy favourites in this one. Hawks, I don't think they have a good matchup for him. So that 4+ at $4.10 looks pretty tasty. And then just my thing, any bet with Sicily, I like to go on when I think Hawks could get smashed because he's in the back line.
No, the worry is, and this is the same for when you get to this bet, this was the same when you were really keen on him to get a crap ton of the ball against Geelong. He might have to play on Fogarty or Tex and not get near it because you don't have a matchup for him. Oh, James, you're kind of tall and actually somewhat decent. You're going to have to go on him.
I don't know. He likes playing at the University of Tasmania Stadium. He said 25 the last 4 times down there in Launceston. I just think you'll see a lot of it. I don't think he's going to have to match up as much on
that's why I think the 25+ is a risk because I thought that was one of the good bets in the Easter Monday game. It's like,
fair enough, yeah.
Oh, no, you're going to play on Jeremy Cameron. Oh, damn.
I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of there's a case there because I'm not entirely convinced that Adelaide, not at home, not with the hype of gathering around behind them.
If this was in Melbourne, you'd say they'd win by 50.
Scrappier sort of game, so I think Sicily can get on it.
Yeah,
that's fun watching this
and
one.
And then I'm going Adelaide to the line. I think we were talking about it before. That's a really, really low line for Adelaide who are flying at the moment. 22.5. I just got to take that.
They're flying.
Flying. Yeah, the Crows.
There's no G on the fly.
Flying tonight.
They are the pride of South Australia.
I'm taking Adelaide.
Yeah, you're going to take Adelaide to this one.
Even if it's in Tassie, I'm not bothered really by that. I think they smash them.
Line. Adelaide at the line.
Carlton, St Kilda. Oh, geez, this is J'ai Brutal. $1.95 for both, it appears. That seems a little bit wonky.
It was on our website because it had the best prices. But
that's good. You can get good prices for both then.
Go to CODEBet.com.au.
CODEBet.com.
I think Carlton were the outsiders though on most.
They were.
Yes. I will check right now.
Carlton are 1.5 point underdogs anyway, so that would suggest that they would be the price point underdogs. The over-under on this one is $161.5.
Ross the boss has only allowed in minimal points.
I know,
this is a
I don't mind the under,
special at Marvel.
They are $1.97, $1.87 the odds now.
Yeah,
checks out. Both teams coming in off their first losses of the year, but some losses are built different. They really are.
That's
another minute, St Kilda may have won.
Saints had a respectable loss.
Another 5 minutes, you would have lost by 12 goals.
Yeah, true.
That could have pulled it back.
Thanks, Brian.
I mean, I could have pulled back another 5 spicy kombuchas, but but at the same time, last year's 93-78 at Marvel, the Saints, a substantially more meh team against a slightly more competent Carlton team, I think, at that time.
Was this when the Saints were like, we're going to win the flag after 6 rounds? And then
they just went crap after that.
It was, in terms of, it was round 16, so it was when Carlton were actually nascent. And it was basically,
so this is when St Kilda are in free fall.
This is when Carlton went, we're up at about, we lost to the Saints. What are we doing?
I forgot about that.
100%
so I thought that was at the start of the year when the Saints looked good.
No, this is why Carlton fans never have any faith in Carlton, because of losses like that, like losses to Adelaide last year as well.
Yes.
Same sort of vibe, but the Saints have looked really, really good.
Your midfield's the worry.
It really is. It seems like a lot of the coaching with sending Kennedy sort of playing off half back out of nowhere, probably that is going to happen more because I feel like they tried to slot him into the Sam Doherty role.
Well, Saar's out as well.
Now you don't have Adam
McGovern may not play, and he was awesome 2 weeks ago, and it showed last week.
Look good.
This all said,
you make everyone look good.
I'm going Carlton. But,
anyway, Jesus.
Sam Walsh, 30+ touches. I love this because you just talked about the midfield.
Cripps has looked a bit off.
Cripps has not been at his game-changing best.
Yeah.
He's gotten
like 80%
disposals,
Cripps.
but He isn't really turning the game on
his
its head.
Brown low best.
Simple, like those moments where you go, the game is there to be won. It's like a hard ball get, and Cripps would usually be there. He's just not quite there at the moment. Sam Walsh, though, hadn't played, coming back, throws right back to the midfield last week. Didn't look like he missed a beat. He was easily the best midfielder we had.
Yep.
So 30 plus, he's already at $1.62
Oh, that's short.
for his second game.
Give us a chance, Bookies. God damn it.
I know, that's
Chaos. It's
Give
so
us
brutal.
something.
But I love him, and I think he's going to rack up the touches against the St Kilda midfield. In Marvel as well, I think Cripps and Walsh together are a pretty good bet for both their disposal totals. I would keep an eye on Kennedy in that Doherty role without Sard there as well, playing off the halfback.
Yeah, you'll have to do a bit more running, yeah.
And he doesn't mind getting touches against St Kilda. I think he's gone 25 plus in something like 6 of 7 or something crazy. Flip side, Jack Sinclair, 25 plus straight and 7. He's awesome.
He's good.
He's just getting heaps of the pill. He's only at $1.30 to go for 25 plus.
Where's
It
the
is
value?
shocking.
That's, yeah.
Well,
This
30%, 30% investment stats, guys.
Yeah, I know.
It's a tough
put a lot on.
one. Jack Higgins is absolutely flying as well, though. 3+ goals.
He's improved his goal kick.
360.
Yeah. Last
I actually
year he
love this.
missed so many
Carlton's
shots.
back line is an absolute shambles at times.
Yeah.
Higgins is the dude that I think can shake this off and actually slot a few for the St Kilda squad this week. 6 of the Blues' last 8 games. This is the over.
Ooh, okay.
161.5. Here's the key. It's all
It's
Carlton.
very calm.
It's just got to be Curnow. It's got to be Mackay. It's got to be Harry McFly.
No.
We're going to get there, fellas. 161 and a
The
half
highest
points.
score against St Kilda this year is 74 points.
Yeah, we're going to blow that out of the water.
I don't know about that.
I think there's a case to be made that a little bit of a longer rest after the Thursday game, playing the following, this is a Sunday afternoon.
9 days.
And
You got a big break here.
that slightly bigger break, Voss and co have at least a bit of a chance to come up with a half-decent-ish game plan. I think they cooked last week. It looked disorganised. We couldn't get any of the ball. I think that changes a little bit. When you're at Marvel, you're a little bit more used to it. I think they can keep this close. I'm going to go Carlton, the 139, $2.40. I don't mind that. The over as well feels pretty cool. Because I think the only way Carlton win this is by kicking.
Yeah, true.
a big
That's
goal.
also
Kick it
how
goes
they
over.
win the game
So,
in general.
I'm saying that
Sounds like your thing.
It literally is,
if
yeah.
it goes under, there's no way Carlton win.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Fair enough, yeah.
So, yeah, the over and Carlton winning, that's where I'm landing. Let's go. Go Baggers. I did not expect myself, I literally was
I literally expected you to come here and go, we suck and Kilda are going to choke us.
I've been
That's what I
saying
thought,
that
yeah.
literally every single week.
Yeah. I don't think you've
I've
tipped
been
me a
right
lot,
of
actually.
it.
Yeah.
I've been right, but this was the one where I started doing the digging into it. And I'm like, there's a little bit of a sniff there because if they do get up and about and put the hurt on St Kilda early, we saw Collingwood do it last week. Carlton aren't as good as Collingwood, but there is a bit of a recipe there. So that's why I'm going Carlton. Gentlemen.
I'm going Saints. They're rumoured to get Membry and Steele back this week, who are 2 of their best players.
Yep.
They're already winning games without 2 of their best players. So if you put them in the team, I think they're going to beat
6 of their
Carlton.
best players.
I don't trust Carlton at the moment, so I'm going Saints.
Nice.
Remember when Roddy Piper used to choke out everyone? This is what Ross Lyon is going to do to Carlton. St Kilda will win.
Yeah. I'm not feeling confident. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's fair. Even it'll still be close, I think.
Nice one. Gold Coast North.
Oh, here we go.
Counts,
My
that's
beloved
right. Bring us
North.
home.
I've got my North scarf on. We might be able to get a win this week. So Gold Coast $1.28, which is very short for the way they're playing. North Melbourne $3.75.
Gold Coast stinking. They're
I
$1.48.
know.
Yeah,
So,
but
at
they
least
didn't get
think
beaten by 80 points last weekend.
That's true. Well, we did versus Brisbane. They're very good. So North is $3.75. The line is 21.5, which I don't mind. And then the over-under is 164.5. I think the Suns are really untrustworthy with that covering the line. They're the worst team in the league at covering the line this year. They're 1-4 covering the line. And in the last across the last 2 seasons, they've been 14th in the league at covering the line. And sometimes.
So West Coast, North Melbourne and Hawthorn below them.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. So you got. I don't mind North plus 21.5. I'm going to tip us later, but I don't think Suns, if they're going to win, they're not going to absolutely smash us. That's why I was surprised by that $1.28 for them. And I'm going to have a look. They got run down by Freo last week. They actually looked all right, Gold Coast, but
They looked awesome.
They looked awesome in the first half, and then
Kocius was up and about.
I got a mate that goes for Gold Coast, sending messages, just thinking they're going to make the finals, and then they just absolutely crumbled in the second half.
He goes for Gold
You've got
Coast.
to-
So he's been going
Is
since
his
day
name
one.
Johnny Gold Coast?
He was from Adelaide and hated all the toxic, all the toxic supporters.
That's fair. Yeah, I can see that.
I was surprised, but I've never heard an Adelaide
But you
person
lob
say
on the Gold Coast?
that. Yeah, he loves it, but I feel bad for him because they're never going to make finals, but that's okay.
That's ironic, given your team in the last
I
few
haven't
years.
seen a lot of finals in my life. That's all right. Yeah, but we're not going to play. Anyway, I'll get some bets. The last 5 meetings between Gold Coast and North have gone under the total
That
points line.
doesn't shock anyone.
No, because both attacks haven't looked good this year. So I'm going the under 164.5 at $1.89. And then Jaden Stevenson, I can't believe I'm saying this. I almost wanted him delisted last year. He's been really good. He was horrible last year and just was doing a lot of off-field stuff. He sort of switched on a little bit more. 2+
That's
goals.
because Clarko probably rifled him. Hey,
probably.
you
You're
little
good.
blonde
Like
punk.
he won the rising
If you
star.
don't lift up,
yeah.
I'm going to throw you off the bridge.
Clarko might have choked him out. Some rowdy Roddy Piper. Just like, go to sleep, go to sleep.
He's got 9 goals in the 5 games so far this year. He's got 3+ in his last 2 matches. So I'm surprised that 2+ goals for Jaden Stevenson is $3. So
Well, he looked good against Carlton, and then last week...
And he's playing permanent
popped up
forward.
here and
Also,
there,
in a
so.
serious question, has he worn long sleeves this year? Because I know
he's
Clark.
at 3 times. Yeah, he has.
I was about to say, Clarko used to have the rule at Hawthorn. You can't wear
he
long
has
sleeves.
superpowers in his sleevo, they call him, in his long sleeves. And then I'm going Darcy McPherson 20+. I think Alex was talking him up the other week and people are going, who? But he's actually been really good this year, averaging 21.5 touches.
He's having fun.
He's finding a lot of ball off half back. So $1.80 for that 20+, I think, smart. A good bet for Gold Coast.
Nice one. Tips?
Gold Coast. How can you tip North?
Very easily.
Gold
That's what
Coast.
I'm doing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. How are you seriously like tipping a team that literally
At our best this year, I think we've looked better. But I don't know.
They beat Geelong.
Yeah, but Geelong will look really bad that game.
They still beat Geelong.
Fair
and
enough,
and the thing is, it's a different Gold Coast is just like a different one. If it was in Melbourne, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
But up there, it's just like it's really where they go. This stadium, all the red seats. What is this? I don't want to be here.
Red seats.
Strange things happen on the Gold Coast, Alex.
Yeah.
Strange
I've been to
things happen.
schoolies. I know. Were you allowed to go to schoolies, Stats guy?
What do you mean? Yes, I was. I didn't go there.
Alex went as a toolie.
Yeah, I saw you there. What
He
are you
was
talking
like
about?
25.
Alex taking time off for later.
Nice one. So North Gold Coast.
Yeah, I'm going North.
Interesting. Yeah, look, my only concern
Not
with that as well.
confident, but
I'm not confident either. I think
definitely the line.
If this was a Marvel, I would back North 100%.
I'm defaulting
Up
to
there,
Gold
tough.
Coast on the Gold Coast because
Fair enough.
you can't. It's just impossible to tip a team off an 80-point loss.
Yep. Best bet for the week before we get into the Monday, Tuesday games.
We
What do
know
got?
yours. It's already
I'm
there.
so sick.
Harry McFly!
Rocket. I reckon in the first week it was like $6,
I reckon
and
we've
then it was
got
$8.
It's
and then it was-
literally doubled.
Yeah.
It's because Ross has allowed like 10 goals max this year, and is Harry going to kick half
And
of them?
Harry's going to
Harry watches this and he's like, I've got to do this for James this week.
13 bucks at the moment with Ladbrokes. I'm all over Harry McFly. But to be honest, Caleb Strong 30+ in a goal. I
Yeah.
absolutely love this. His
Ooh,
anytime
okay.
goal scoring prices are pretty high because not a massive goal
He's a
scorer.
main midfield, yeah.
But I think he's kicked a goal in like 3 straight against the Dogs. Love it. Let's go.
Cool.
You can just multi that up. It's $4.87 with Lads.
Yeah, nice.
Let's go Ladbrokes. Thank you. So that's where I've probably landed for Friday. Liam, what have you got?
I'm
for your
going,
bets?
Jaden Stevenson, 2+. I just talked about it. If he's wearing long sleeves, get on him for 3+. Because
If
every
he
time
wears
he wears
long
his
sleeves on the
he's
Gold
like a
Coast, the
superhero.
most humid place in the
I
world.
wouldn't be surprised. So Slevo in his long sleeves, he's had 3+ in the last 2 games when he's wearing
Yeah,
long
that's
sleeves.
psycho material.
But at least 2+, I think is amazing at $3
spread would be
odds.
immense.
Because he's playing permanent forward. And then Adelaide -22.5 versus the Hawks. Don't trust the Hawks. Adelaide are absolutely flying. They look like they can make the top 8. So that -22.5 looks really good.
Alex,
Lockie Neal 35+ against GWS in Canberra, and take Brisbane at the -20.5, and Swans 12.5 as well as head-to-head.
I like that
Pretty
one, yeah.
keen
I
that
do
the
like
Swans can actually knock off Geelong.
yep. 8-point win to Geelong. Absolute on the nail. That's where I'm calling that one my
I'll
best
have
bet.
a broken TV and I'll probably be single because I am watching the game with Steph.
Oh,
Probably.
My lovely girlfriend
I can't
goes for
argue with
Geelong.
Monday, Tuesday games. Let's quickly
This
just
is going
look
to
at
be
these.
awesome. I'm actually going to both of these games, like
Ooh.
as a genuine AFL nuffy. Like I'm so excited for my first ever Anzac Day match on
Melbourne,
Tuesday.
Nice.
Richmond on Monday night first. Melbourne, $1.33 at the moment. Richmond, $2.90. That is wildly long for Richmond because they have
a
looked
lot of outs.
los horrible
Yes.
and don't have anyone good playing for them. Obviously, the line at the moment is
Melbourne did
21
get
and a half.
smashed last week too.
They did. I'm going the D's. Gentlemen, what do you think?
I'm going D's, yeah. Don't mind that
Uh,
line as well, just because Richmond have a lot of big outs.
True. And then Collingwood, Essendon on Anzac Day. Huge clash. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Easily
Second
the
versus
best.
third.
Easily the best Anzac Day clash we can remember.
I think it's in the first time in like 15 to 20 years
Yeah.
both teams have been in the top 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's
awesome.
It's going to be rocking. It's going to be great.
$1.48 for Collingwood at the moment. $2.80 for Essendon. My initial tip is Collingwood.
Yeah, they
Better team.
They just look stronger in the midfield.
But we'll break both of those games down.
I'm going Essendon.
On
I'm
Monday.
going to tip the upset.
Going the Bombers.
I'm going the Bombers
I
because
also just don't want to
the
tip
talls.
The size.
They
and yet
look
again,
really good.
Collingwood lost their other tall, who was the only sort of bloke over 6'6" in Dan McStay to a finger tendon injury. Now it's going to have to be Frampton and Ash Johnson to play in the ruck.
They're getting someone back this week. I can't remember who it was, but they're getting a few ruckmen back.
Is he 6'6"?
Probably. He's a ruckman. So.
You'd hope so.
What's his name?
Mason Cox is still out. Darcy Cameron's still out. So there's their two sort of starting rucks. I think the height of Essendon may be the biggest problem. Sam Draper could just go off again. And Andy McGrath.
Fellas did a stand-up tool against the Demons.
They did, yeah.
They were massive.
The line
so initial
looks good,
picks. So Essendon.
Yep.
Collingwood, yeah.
Collingwood. All right. There you go. That'll be fun. We'll talk about those games on Monday during the Daily Show. And that's it for today. We'll be back on deck tomorrow and get right around the show. We've got an EPL show as well tomorrow. We've got
With
an
the
NRL.
two FA Cup games also mentioned.
Ooh, FA Cup games.
Semi-finals, yeah.
Wembley.
Massive. You're coming to Wembley. It's going to be great. And we've got an NRL show that's already going up.
It's in the can, yep.
It's in the can, Dunskies. So get it right around every single show that CodeBet does because it's a lot. There are many of them. And you can subscribe on your podcast apps.
Not apps.
Not apps. Like, review, and star us, would you? Comment, whatever you need to do. Chuck us a follow across all the socials. Make Superstar Leo an absolute superstar. Make him earn his keep as well. YouTube, Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. You can see him, I don't know.
Are we going to mention the live streams? Have we locked them in?
No, we don't have dates yet. So
Okay.
But we will do some, yeah.
we'll be doing some live streams. I believe we'll be doing a Magic Round for NRL.
Phil may have already said that on the NRL show.
Yeah,
Well, that's locked in.
NRL
This is
Magic,
the
NRL
AFL
Magic
show.
Round in 2 weeks.
Should be good. Send in any questions via the socials, and I think that's it. Thank you, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Cheers.
Let's go footy. How good is footy, though?
Yeah, good.
All right. What do we say, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly.
Thanks to Gerald. Thanks to Leo. May all your picks come in. Happy punting. Footy's back. Catch you in a bit. CodeBet Daily Weekly AFL Show. Out.
Go North.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.